and let's talk about something that's new. I'm gonna get right to the point here. It's kind of crazy, y'all. Women are turning down marriage. They're fine with dating them, but marrying them they don't want to do because of the names. Women are saying, I will marry you, but I want to keep my maiden name. I don't want your last name. And it has started a lot of conflict in some places. Yes, absolutely it has. There's been a lot of things being implied. There are a lot of things that are being suggested. There are a lot of things that are being, what you would say, put to the test. This is putting it to the test. A woman named Skylar Sterling. She did not want her name to be Skylar Tyler. So Skylar Sterling's wanted did not want her name to be Skylar Tyler because her boyfriend's last name was Tyler. So her name would be Skylar Tyler, and she did not want to be called Skylar Tyler. So she wanted to be called Skylar Stearns still. They're Scarlet Sterlings. It was like, oh, we got to call her Skylar Sterlings. She didn't want that. Yes. The black woman, her name is Shironda Harris. She's a general manager at a Sokovia bank. Shironda Harris did not want to be the name of her white boyfriend, who happens to be Polish, and his name is like Rajanewski. She didn't want to be Sharonda Rajanewski. So she wants still to keep her Harris name because she says it's part of her business and things of that. But on the wedding invitations that they had, it had Harris Rajanewski. But she wanted the Rajanewski to be in the middle. They're having a big problem with that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even that complicated. The uh, the other one was what was the name? Oh, Hoff or something like that, or Home. It was something like that. The guy name was, I believe, Hylam Hoff. So she was dating Hylam, which, and his last name is like Hoff or something like that. And her name was going to be Melissa Hoff. Hey, and she didn't want that. They went to court over that. Her name's Melissa Bell something, but it was something real plain. But she did not want the name to be Hoff. Hyman Hoff. She didn't want that name. She didn't like it. Melissa Hoff did not sound attractive enough for her. So now women not only want men with good jobs, they're afraid of names. Now, I mean, it was something as pitiful as a Damori Brown didn't want to change her name to Damori Davison. And you're like, okay, well, what's wrong with that? You don't really see too much. They didn't like it. Everybody knows her as Brown, so she didn't want to change it. And her husband felt like she's ashamed of his last name. So, and they got married. But she still wanted to keep her name Brown, even though on the invitation it had Davison. Oh yeah, me and her had a great conversation. Yeah, we embraced a couple of times and had a conversation. She was real cool, but it was a reason why she was only in town for one day. Mm-hmm. Sean Puffy Davis. That's hilarious. But no, they all go in a different way. You know, one girl, she got married. She had no choice. She just had to take her husband's last name because his name is so long, it don't even make sense. But they just call him Rags for short. Tommy Rags. But that's how it goes in most relationships and marriages. Some women, they feel like they have forever to get married, and if they do, they have to control everything in the marriage. Everything has to revolve around the way they want it done and how they want it done. So not only are they talking about all of those terms, they're also speaking about yeah, marriages, because they're not getting married with the principle that a marriage is based upon. They getting married on convenience, what it means for them. It's always about them in the marriage. Each individual who gets married, it's about them. My friends are getting married. I can't be the only one not married. I'm gonna look like a loser. They start putting these projections in their own head on what a marriage is supposed to be for them. What a marriage is supposed to be, period. So when you put all these projections out there, what's the next step? Hmm? The next step is foolery because it doesn't make any sense. None of the things that they're stating makes any sense. All the people surrounding them, that doesn't make any sense. So we have a very serious problem here. People are taking a very pretty time with delivering on what they should have been promised a long time ago. It has become pretty tiresome when you see it in its full splendor. No, my Rosario Dawson photo is a real one, fellas. It wasn't fake. I didn't fake a Rosario Dawson photo. I don't do that. So, me and Ahsoka Tano. So, no, my hand wasn't low on her back. It was right where it's supposed to be properly on her. I didn't disrespect a woman like that. Yeah, she told me some stuff. So it's just things that we know. And, celebs feel very comfortable around your boy Cino. They're very comfortable. Nah, I wasn't copping a feel on that lady. Not perv. All days. Mm-hmm. Well, no. Women are getting married for materialistic garbage. That's a problem. Because if you're marrying somebody and you're not doing it off of merit, you're doing it off of a predetermined notion that everything is about you in the marriage. You have to include the other person. They don't care about the actual event at hand. Most of these women care about their own perceived notion of what a marriage is supposed to be. It's all about them. Now they want to control what your last name is. All right, Cynthia Navarrete is supposed to be this woman's last name. She stuck with Johnson. She married the Hispanic guy. His name is Jaime Navarrete. And she still goes by the name Cynthia Johnson. She don't like Navarrete. Even though her kids got Navarrete, she's still Johnson. It's like, look, you wanted these men. I'm quite sure you knew their last name before you got married. You know what girls do when they date guys? They start writing their names in cursive, and they would write the guy's last name. Even when they were dating in high school, girls used to do that. My name is gonna be Patricia Dale. I remember Paula Austin thought her name was gonna be Paula Dale because of Aaron Dale. She was dating Aaron though. Then Aaron ended up dating another chick. And they found out because the other girl was in the classroom writing her name just like she was. Paula Dale. Paula Dale sounds okay. She write her name with the middle name, Paula Alexandria Dale. That sounds better if I put my middle name in it. Then she see the girl right next to her. Her doing the same thing with Aaron. That's how she knew Aaron was sleeping with both of them. It was funny. High school days. But this is what, we was freshmen. Yes, that is a known fact. It's a lot of people that do this. They come along the way and they start making all of these, rules that doesn't need to be. Well, when you do a lot of things online, they come with a price. There's people that got married online to an international guy. Like bringing a guy in, he didn't have his papers. So he has all this money and he wanted to get married and come on over and said, you don't have to change your name. So she said, cool, I can keep my name? Yes, you can keep your name. It's like, okay, so her last name was Smith. So she was able to keep Smith. And this guy comes in from like Zimbabwe or whatever the hell he come from. And his name was, and she didn't have to change her name to that. They made an agreement. One Jewish man who's very prejudiced and racist because he thinks people are out after other people's wealth says, I don't want my children to date, black people. There's a lot of Jewish people that think that way. They don't want their children dating black people. And that's their prerogative, if that's the way they want it to do. But when you have that kind of mentality and you keep them away from it with fear, you might drive your children more and more towards it. They want to know what this fear is about that you've been denying them all these years. So, just like many other situations, this Jewish woman went right over and grabbed her a black man and defied him. And she got one from the land of Nigeria. And his name was Nupongo or something like that. It's like one of those names. And they had a big old African wedding. It's this big, muscle-bound, 6'2" Nigerian man, black as my tires, eyes yellow as hell, and he got on all his African gear, and his family's all around, and there she is, white as snow, about 300 pounds, like, and her father said, if you take that African last name, you are no longer my daughter, you're cut off. She was like, I don't need you, Daddy, all I need is him. And she walked away from her rich family to go live with this African. Well, I was more than a fan. She was very comfortable with me. She was very comfortable being around me. Plus, I'm a black man that smelled good. Women like to get close to a man that smells like a man, you know, and move like a man. She's like, I gotta get close to this man. Hygiene is very important, fellas. And you want to get around these ladies. Hygiene is very important. Yeah, I'll be releasing a lot of it on Screen Feed. So you're going to see a lot of it pop up. Plus, this has encouraged me to get a new phone. This phone is at the last of its days. I done went 5 years with this phone. We made it this far. I think it's actually been 4. We're going on 4 years with this phone. As you notice, I do not change phones like that. I still got a Galaxy 6. Yeah. Yeah, that was the first thing she said. Like, you smell good. I said, you got to, baby, especially up in here. She was like, yeah, I know, tell me about it. I was like, I know. It is bad. Yeah, I don't know why women want to control every aspect of it. They don't even want to take your last name. That's crazy. They want to keep their name and still be married. I don't like your last name. Mm-hmm. Well, we've always been more outgoing than most people. Of course, I watched Alien Romulus. I got to do a spoiler review for it. I did the review already on Screen Fiend, so I'm gonna head over there and start doing some Screen Fiend stuff. But I'll tell y'all more about it a little later. And I'm out.